we still are working with Project Ramesh. Ronnie, hopefully we'll have an announcement here shortly, and we'll get Mr. Bobo, we'll give him a shot at
There's
it.
one issue, one document that the state's still waiting on.
That's right, yeah, it's just one piece of paper, but it's important and requires signature, so.
One of the problems, I think, is this COVID thing. It's got, people not wanting to travel to the United States. And then if they're in the United States, they don't want to travel to Tennessee since we're number one as far as new COVID.
That's real, that's not imaginary.
And it is real.
Yeah, that's not just a thought, just a real deal.
It's a real deal, and so we're working with the state. We appreciate all the help that we've got with them, and hopefully we'll know something here soon. The other big thing that's going on, we went up and met with, and I know Ron in the state, and all of us met with the folks at Cardinal Glass when all of that came about. And one of the things that came up during that meeting is that they draw water out of the Holston River, just like another water utility has to do. And the plant manager, who they have rehired now as their plant manager, his name escapes Mike Berry, floated the idea that they would like to do away with their water intake, which I know a little bit about, all the sludge and everything you get out of the Holston River to clean it up, but they use a ton of water in the glassmaking process, and they said that they would like to not have to spend all the money that it would take to redo that water intake out there and start taking water from the first utility district, who has ample amount of water. And so that got us to thinking, because we have a limited supply of water for the Phipps Bend plant facilities because of the pipe size and everything, and there's probably a lot more technical issues that I'm aware of down through there, but anyway, it got us to thinking about the possibility, and so we set a meeting up with the Segorsville Utility District, who services the Phipps Bend area, the first utility district, who has all the water, and Cardinal Glass people, and the industrial board. So we had our initial meeting. There's plus, along with Mattern and Craig and Calvin Clifton, who retired from the Kingsport Water, who knows a lot about this stuff and has been consulting with Segorsville on some of their issues. So we had the meeting. We all met. I kind of asked Patrick if he would head this project up, since he's got a lot more expertise in all this stuff than I would ever have. And so basically Mattern and Craig said they would do a feasibility study to see what it's going to take, how far the line is to get from wherever the 12-inch line is, or whatever inch line is that they currently have, down to the bridge, which is being rebuilt by the state, the railroad bridge now, and all this has got to be hung on the side of that bridge. So, and I think that design work has possibly already been done, but it's still not.
Bridge has, not the utilities. The utilities have to do their own design work and submit it to the state, which will include it as part of the construction bid with it.
Okay,
So that's what Jeremy's doing now.
So they're trying to get Jeremy Jones with the First UD is doing that to see what it would take to get water then out off the 11W out to the glass plant.
He's got water there now, because they use them for potable water, but it's not a big enough line to do production, which is where they bring the river water out of. So I think he said it's only a 3-inch line, and he's wanting to put at least a 8 minimum 6, but at least an 8 across the bridge now. They can go ahead and do that now, while they redo the bridge and then come back later and build a bigger line when they need to before you get water down there to FIPS or to AGC and beyond, or the Cardinal Glass now. And Cardinal's willing to pony up some money to help with this, all this stuff, because I think they look down the road, it's gonna save them a whole lot of money, so.
And the same goes for sewer. They've asked about possibly, and we've not, I don't know if they've had meetings, but I've not been involved in any meetings with Church Hill, but,
We got in contact with them, Mr. Hill with, in the engineering department, the Cardinal Glass was gonna contact the mayor, who then get their engineering people involved to see what kind of capacity they can handle on the force main sewer. But again, if it goes through, they wanna go ahead, when they do the bridge, and at least put a sewer line across there, blanket off, and it's there when they do need to go there, because it's cheaper to do it now than it is to come back later and try to hang it with the railroad, you know, having to cross the tracks and all that, so let's just go ahead and let them spend the money to do it.
and I guess, this is what industrial boards do in addition to bringing in, you know, it's always the glamour of announcing a new industry or something, but on a day-to-day basis, we're working with the industry, trying to help them, and at the same time, we know there's a need for additional water capacity at Phipps Bend. And we recognize the source and where it's coming in, so, for, I think it's $9,200 or something like that, the cost to do the study from the source, down the road, out to the glass plant, back out to the road, on down to Phipps Bend, and getting, you know, ample amount of water, where we could then be bidding on projects that we're not able to bid on right now because of high water usage. If a site comes along, and I can't think of what it might be, but if one does come along that needs a tremendous amount of water, we don't get to participate in
Any
that.
food projects.
Any food project or anything like that, so that would help in that regard. So basically, what we need to do today, Seguinville Utility has agreed to fund a fourth of the project, that $9,200. First UD has said they will do their part. Cardinal Glass has said they'll do their part, but then the Hawkins County Industrial Development Board, it comes to 20.
What's the fourth, 9,200, so.
Some mathematician real quick, $2,300. I would like to see if we can get a motion today to approve our fourth of that project, because we're I guess the big, us and the glass plant, I guess Phipps Bend and the glass plant are the big, needs in this whole project, and you know, First UD, after they put that new river intake up there, if you know where it's at off the right, before you get to Goshen Valley Bridge, they've got excess capacity that they can certainly supply water down there, and they would like to do it. So, and Seguinville is very willing to go along with us, and so, like I said, this is a feasibility study. We also brought in the First Tennessee Development District folks came and joined us, and they're researching resources like the ARC, Appalachian Regional Commission, EDA, federal government, and state funds. We've also included the group that's working with the COVID funds in Hawkins County, the $11.2 million that they've been awarded, and these projects like this qualify for that. So we brought all those funding sources together, and so everybody's needing this PER done quickly, and so we can get back to knowing, because I don't have a clue. I know according to what size pipe you're putting, but it is a very expensive project to get from point A all the way to Phipps Bend and out to the glass plant. I don't know how many millions of dollars it would cost, but
The other part of this too is it's not just saving the glass plant money. They're gonna be investing a lot of money over the next several years, Cardinal plans to, so it's kinda got some payback in potentially more jobs, more tax revenue when they start investing in upgrading this plant, so it's not just a deal that just, there are only winners. We can win on this also as far as the county goes.
right.
I make a
Well, it
motion.
opens up water all the way, you know, to me, this could be one of the biggest projects, I guess, in all eastern Hopkins County, but it comes all the way down to Phipps Bend, so.
Larry, from a planning standpoint, having an inadequate water supply to that area is a real handicap.
It really is. It's,
And, forget Cardinal Glass is an issue, that's a here and now, but long-term, an inadequate water supply is a big, big deal.
We're able to successfully, eventually to market lot 17, then we stand a chance of having an impact industry that would make the same type of impact that the glass plant did when it was built here in the 60s. And county's had almost no growth for over 35 years. According to the censuses, it's been very modest, so it could really help our county in terms of growth.
I think Orwell was gonna make a motion.
I'm gonna make a motion that we spend our 25% of the feasibility study.
Okay, I've got a motion, to have a second? Have a second, Tom? All in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none, moving right along, and we'll keep you apprised of this situation as soon as we get the study done, because what really put the impetus on this is, to reiterate, is that railroad bridge that's going across, you gotta get, that done right off the bat, so we didn't want to spend that money until we needed to. If you've been up Phipps Bend, you've seen the new monument sign.
So we got the entrance sign replaced because a vehicle tore it down. So we had money from TVA to replace that. And so Rita is giving us money, and so we replaced the monument sign up there.
Really looks
Looks
good,
good.
bright, shiny. We did have a Phipps Bend existing industries meeting back in July, and we talked to them. We've had some issues about people not living up to the covenants or the regulations inside the park. We've had some burning. We've had just various things that have come up through the years that we've kind of been reluctant to say anything, but we finally, we've got 2 or 3 up there that burned their pallets, and so we've had to start cracking down on that, and so we're trying to work out a deal of where we can, what they, helping the industries dispose of pallets and things of that nature, so. Anything else come out at the meeting that you can think of that,
No, I don't, Carrie was there too. Do you remember anything else? We mostly just talked about that.
That was, I don't know what kind of acceptance we had, but that was basically, they didn't have any other complaints. They usually have something that they want us to address.
they usually
I don't recall much of any
gripes.
other consequence.
We normally have 2 a year, try to have one in July and January, and because of this COVID, we hadn't had one in a while, but, we try to stay in touch with all the industry, see what they're doing, and if we've got issues and things, we try to stay on point.
Larry, I attended also.
Yes,
I'd like to
I'm
make a
sorry.
comment
I'm sorry.
that Rebecca did a super job of preparing that meeting and running the meeting, supported by Carrie. I've been to many existing industry meetings around. You did a great job, and I thank you for it.
She needs a little bit of encouragement like that.
She did a great job. Everything was very, very well done. She did it very, very well.
Oh, we appreciate that. one other thing that's, we appointed a new director back, I don't know how long ago, well over a year ago, year and a half.
Probably a year or so.
Mr. Josh Russell. He attended one meeting and has never been back, and we've got something in the bylaws about if they miss so many meetings. I would entertain a motion, I guess, to just eliminate that and put you on notice that maybe at the next board meeting, come back with some recommendations for somebody to replace him, if that's the wish of the board. Does that sound reasonable enough?
So you need people to want to be attending.
Yes, we do.
They're missing meetings occasionally, but.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got, things they gotta do and things, but came to one meeting and never been back, that's been, I don't know, it's been a year or longer, it's been a long time. And so, I would entertain a motion to, I guess, replace Mr. Russell on this board and come back maybe at the next meeting with some recommendations on who to put in that position.
I'll be the bad guy. I'll see what's over there.
Yeah. Got a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Is there any section of the county we need to pull somebody from? I mean, do you have geographical areas, or can it just be somebody
We'd rather, it doesn't matter, I don't
Okay, I didn't
think,
know.
we don't try to, you know, we want somebody that brings, like you all do, you bring a lot of good ideas and things and are involved and that's all we ask, you know. It's not a popularity contest, as I was accused by somebody. To get on the board, we want somebody that brings something with them, to help us, recruit the industry and deal with, on a daily basis with the industry. You know, they've got a lot of needs, and it's to our advantage, it's to the county's advantage to, help make these businesses and industries profitable, and I think that's what we try to do, just like today, talking about educating people to go to work. That's what it's all about. But I appreciate Patrick's help in this water project. I think it's monumental for the going forward of Hawkins County for the long haul on this deal, because like Kerry said, back in the 60s when the glass plant came in, they put in their own water utility up there, they put in their own sewer utility, and nowadays, you know, we would be involved in helping them, but back then they did it all.
Brought natural gas in town,
Yeah,
huge
yeah,
deal for industrial development,
yeah, it sure is,
employment, housing, and all that boomed when that happened.
yeah. You have anything else? Ronnie, do you have anything from Networks? Well, like I say, we met with Networks, met with us yesterday, and Clay Walker and Ronnie, and we appreciate all the help that they give us. And Nathan, anything with the state?
I think we pretty much covered it all. I mean, we're staying in touch with, Becca and get things done, so hopefully we'll have the announcement that we talked about here soon.
Good, good. Anybody else have anything for the good of Hawkins County? Hearing none, Otis is not with us today. I think he's gone to a wedding, so somebody have to take his place and call him for an adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
All right.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
Well done.
Thank you.